They say money can't buy you happiness, but it can certainly buy you a pretty awesome house if you have enough of it. And better yet, it can get you a home that'll keep you safe from all manner of attacks, disasters, and even apocalypses. From zombie-proof bunkers to bank vault-level panic rooms, let's take a tour of the most guarded houses on Earth. Maximum Security Mansion. In the hills of Evergreen, Colorado, there lies a beautiful fairy tale castle with a magic protection spell. Well, it's not quite a magic spell, but with security features valued at $6 million, it's pretty darn close. This is Chateau 5, a 21,000 square foot mansion designed and built in 2015 by Randall and Cynthia Veselka. And boy, do they have a lot that needs protecting. There are 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms inside Chateau 5, as well as 126 custom chandeliers that adorn the interior. Chateau 5 even has its own crest, as well as emblems for each of Randall and Cynthia's 5 children, displayed on one of 2 dramatic spiral staircases. But don't let the old world decor fool you. There's a lot of high-tech security at play behind the scenes at this fairy tale palace. Known by locals as the Maximum Security Mansion, residents of Chateau 5 have got the gadgets to back the nickname up. The Maximum Security Mansion is reported as having a whole host of fantastical security features, including a fingerprint analysis lab that can process a print in just 20 minutes. As well as its own on-site laboratory, night vision cameras monitor the interior and exterior and can be watched by the owner on any Apple device anywhere in the world. There's also a detection system that can issue an alert for water leaks at every sink and toilet, as well as any sudden changes in temperature. It's even rumored that the house is fitted with pressure pads. The Maximum Security Mansion is on the real estate market right now, advertised at a cool $11.9 million. While this house may look just like a beauty, it's most definitely a beast when it comes to security. Xanadu 2.0. It shouldn't be too surprising that some of the wealthiest people on Earth also have the most insane levels of security to guard their homes. Bill Gates is known as one of the most charitable people on the planet, but that doesn't mean he's down with just anyone rocking up to his Medina, Washington mansion. Named Xanadu 2.0 after the fictional home of Charles Foster Kane, the title character of Citizen Kane, the home is absolutely massive and spans an immense 66,000 square feet. Just a few features of the Microsoft founder's mega lair include a staggering 24 bathrooms, 6 kitchens, and an enormous library. This library even houses the 16th century Codex Leicester manuscript written by Leonardo da Vinci, for which Gates reportedly paid $30.8 million. Not only is the house absolutely massive in size, it's just as big on tech as its owner, and it's filled to the brim with high-tech security measures. Last valued at $127 million, Bill bought the property in 1988 and spent 7 years, as well as $63 million, to kit out his extravagant patch of paradise. The property is completely covered by hundreds of 500-year-old Douglas fir trees, protecting it from any unwelcome eyes. In contrast to that natural-seeming privacy measure, Xanadu 2.0 needed 100 electricians to install all of its technological security systems. Upon entering Xanadu 2.0, each guest is provided with an electronic pin that they must attach to their clothing during their visit, which interacts with numerous sensors dotted all over the house. This pin allows Gates' security team to keep track of exactly where guests are at any given moment. While, of course, security processes like these are partially intended to prevent guests from doing things they shouldn't, the pin also stores information about each person's preferences, everything from temperature to music volumes and lighting. These pin preferences follow each guest from room to room, interacting with sensors to make sure each room is perfect for its occupant. Ingeniously, when 2 different pins enter a room at the same time, the system accommodates both occupants, combing through data to find a middle ground both people will like. As if electronically tagging your house guests wasn't enough, Bill has also installed floor sensors that can even recognize individual guests based on their weight, raising the alarm if the floor doesn't recognize you. I guess that's one way to look after your guests' well-being. It would certainly discourage me from risking weight gain from sneaking extra dessert at dinner. At Xanadu 2.0, Bill also goes all out to protect his loved ones, so much so that he even has one of them monitored by computers 24/7. But which of Bill's loved ones does he go to such extremities for? Well, drumroll please. It's all for a tree. Yup, that's right. Gates reportedly became fond of a 40-year-old maple tree that grew close to the home's driveway. And now it's monitored by a computer that can sense if the tree becomes too dry, at which stage water is automatically pumped into it. Bill Gates is so security conscious that there are hardly any pictures showing what the inside of Xanadu 2.0 looks like. But I, for one, am desperate to find out, and it looks like I'm not the only one. Gates has previously donated private tours of Xanadu 2.0 to Microsoft's charity auction, and an employee won a tour with a bid of $35,000. I'm just hoping for his sake that wasn't his full year's salary he donated. Safe House. This next homeowner takes the crown when it comes to home security. The founder of Strategically Armored and Fortified Environments, also known as SAFE, one of the biggest home security companies in the world, Al Corby, has some of the globe's most comprehensive security systems installed in his home. His super secure mansion can be found in the Hollywood Hills and features a 6-car garage and a 2-level home theater. But the real impressive aspect is the super tight security measures. The Corby residence is completely keyless and uses biometric devices to gain access to the house, including fingerprint recognition pads and eye scanners. You'd even feel protected in plain sight in this home, as all the windows are completely bulletproof, while the walls are reinforced with steel. 650-pound ballistic bank vault doors have been installed in the bedrooms and are complete with safe lock systems that seal each room. Most security features can be controlled remotely using an iPad. You can lock and unlock doors, check out the security cameras, and there's even a button that activates a special fog machine that can fill an entire floor with thick, disorienting smoke. While most survival bunkers contain tinned foods and bottled water, Al thought it would be appropriate to double up his emergency hidey hole with a well-stocked wine cellar. If an intruder actually did manage to get into the Corby cellar, there are hidden vents that can dispel some of that disorienting fog, so your intruder can feel just as dizzy as they might after a glass or two of the cellar's finest Merlot. There are also special security cameras dotted about the property that use thermal energy to read their surroundings, allowing them to see everything regardless of the time of day. If all that high-tech security just isn't enough, Al's even got a rooftop helipad for a speedy getaway. Corby is also responsible for the design of another safe house. This is the Rice House, an ultra-secure Georgia mansion complete with ballistic doors that are capable of withstanding machine gun fire, alongside a 15,000-square-foot safe bunker and a secret escape tunnel. Currently, however, much of the property remains largely unfinished as it waits for a new owner to personalize its features. But even in an unfinished state, this Bond villain lair would set you back $14 million. Pure villainy. Indestructible house. Protecting a home from burglars and intruders is one thing, but there's one intruder out there who can't always be stopped with bulletproof glass. Mother Nature can be relentless, and if she decides to come knocking, the results can be catastrophic. But there's one house out there that's so guarded against the elements that it's become known as the safest house in the world. Designed by architect Eugene Choi, Ojo del Sol is a home found in Berkeley, California, and it's become so renowned that some of its neighbors moved to the area just to be close to it. When it came to the design of Ojo del Sol, safety was Eugene's primary concern. The clients, who so happened to be Eugene's elderly parents, were looking for a home sturdy enough to withstand California's earthquake territory, while generally serving as a guarded fortress. Looking to nature for inspiration, Eugene set about modeling the Ojo del Sol on the world's most indestructible creature. and you might never have even heard of it. Also known as water bears, tardigrades are microscopic water-dwelling creatures that are famed for their unparalleled resilience. These little critters grow to just about half a millimeter, but amazingly can survive for up to 30 years without food or water. But their near-immortal powers don't stop there. They're also able to endure wildly extreme temperatures, radiation exposure, and even the vacuum of space. After studying these creatures, Eugene found that there were several features of the tardigrade that gave it its indestructible reputation. Tardigrades' bodies have no real hard edges or sharp angles, allowing its body to easily endure external stress, and this oval shape is emulated in the design of Ojo del Sol. Tardigrades are able to regulate their body temperature to withstand a multitude of extreme environments, and so can Ojo del Sol with its large domed windows that maximize heat and light absorption into the house. What's more, the walls of the Ojo del Sol are angled inward at 4 degrees, which creates a lower center of gravity just like a tardigrade, making for a stable and balanced structure that protects its residents from earthquakes and the elements. Inside the home, steel cables are anchored to a section of a massive spiral ramp that leads up to a skylight above the living area. In the event of an earthquake, the cables are designed to absorb stress from the ramp and reinforce the entire house. But this nifty trick is one of the few in Ojo del Sol that is not borrowed from nature, and instead takes inspiration from the stress redistributing mechanics of none other than the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's not just the Ojo del Sol that benefits from its nature-proof safety features. I bet you're guilty of complaining about your neighbors every so often, but Eugene has a plan to make sure that his parents are always the guests of honor at any neighborhood barbecue. He installed 4 powerful water jets on the sides of Ojo del Sol, just in case one of the neighbors' homes catch fire. Now that's what I call a neighbor of the year. Ryongsan residence. When you're the leader of a country, you'd better believe that you'll need the tightest security possible where you rest your head, and no one takes this quite as seriously as Kim Jong-un. Originally constructed by Kim Jong-un's grandfather Kim Il-sung in 1983, the Ryongsan residence is the private home of North Korea's supreme leader and puts even Fort Knox to shame. Based a few miles east of the city of Pyongyang, the primary compound covers a staggering 2,800 acres, with other smaller annexes used for staff and security, bumping the total area of the entire estate to a behemoth 3,200 acres. Not only is the compound completely surrounded by dense woodland, fences, and walls, there are also numerous security checkpoints and even minefields to guard the supreme leader. Getting inside the compound is strictly invitation only, and there are only 2 direct routes in, a special train station and a single access point from the highway. The main entrance is situated half a mile from the highway exit, so security have plenty of time to check out any visitors before they reach the checkpoint. 2 thin roads take drivers through multiple layers of electric fencing, and there's also a series of walls and ditches so steep and wide not even a tank could get past. Beyond the multitude of physical barriers, Kim Jong-un's palace is teeming with armed guards, known as the Supreme Guard, an extreme security team whose sole purpose is to protect Kim Jong-un and his family. This elite security unit is made up of around 120,000 soldiers overall, as well as an inner circle that are tasked specifically with acting as bodyguards for the North Korean leader. While the exact numbers are a close secret, it's likely that dozens of members of this task force are stationed at the Ryongsan residence, on guard at numerous security posts around the compound, armed to the teeth. But with 120,000 soldiers ready to flock to Ryongsan to rescue their leader at any time, I'd definitely say that makes Kim's home one of the most well-guarded in the world. To put the size of this task force into perspective, the United States' Secret Service has around 7,000 employees split between multiple objectives, only one of which includes presidential protection. That's not to say that the Secret Service doesn't do a stellar job, but their numbers are tiny compared to Kim's empiric force. Amazingly enough, there is another task force out there that's even larger than both the Secret Service and the Supreme Guard combined, and literally anyone can join. Best of all, joining doesn't require any fighting. Just head on down and smash that subscribe button to join the Supreme Be Amazed gang. Let's get this army to 11 million. Survival condo. Have you ever thought about what you'd do in the event of an apocalypse? While most of us try not to think about it, some people out there have extreme measures in place just in case the end of the world really happens. In 2008, Larry Hall purchased a retired missile silo for $300,000 and set about making his very own patch of heaven in the event of an apocalypse. Dubbed the Survival Condo, Larry dropped a world-ending $20 million on the project, creating an underground structure that can accommodate and sustain up to 75 people for 5 whole years. Located in the Kansas wilderness, the luxury apocalyptic apartment block consists of 12 residential spaces, including 3,600 square feet penthouses that can be purchased for a catastrophic $4.5 million apiece. Don't worry though, the survival condo caters for poor, rich people too, with half-floor condo suites costing $1.5 million each. To be fair, the $1 million price tag doesn't just get you somewhere to hide out in the event of a global calamity. It includes some extras. For one thing, you'll get a 3-year per-person supply of food, and even more essentially, a jacuzzi bathtub in each bathroom. Once moved in, residents can enjoy a library, classroom, and supermarket along with other essentials, such as a shooting range, to practice all those zombie headshots you'll be doing. The structure itself was built to withstand a nuclear explosion, and the facility's access point includes numerous types of blast doors that are designed to withstand sizable explosions. For guarding against airborne threats, there's a biological chemical air filtration system that can filter out pathogens found in contagious viruses. All of this is capped by a monolithic dome enclosing the X-Silo, which is capable of withstanding winds of more than 500 miles per hour. Not only do survival condo residents have physical barriers guarding them from outside, there's also a military-grade security team who follow secretly designed protocols for every situation that could possibly put residents in danger. Housed in a specialist security hub, the team can keep tabs on a multitude of infrared cameras, proximity sensors, microphones, trip sensors, as well as confidential automatic and manual defense systems. In other words, they quite literally bring out the big guns with all the bells and whistles. Certainly the world's most extravagant doomsday plan. Even their logo looks straight out of the dystopian Hunger Games. I know I'd be volunteering as tribute for this level of apocalyptic luxury. Zombie bunker. If the thought of a zombie apocalypse keeps you up at night, but apocalypse survival silos aren't your thing, then this next ultra-secure property is sure to go straight to the top of your real estate wish list. On the surface, it's a deluxe modern home on the outskirts of Warsaw, Poland, but thanks to some architectural genius, as well as its designers' crippling fear of becoming zombie lunch, it's actually so much more. With just a few quick maneuvers, this luxurious open-plan home can be transformed into a zombie-proof fortress. Armed with sliding exterior walls and an aluminum roll-down gate, concrete slabs close around the house, cocooning it into an ultra-secure monolith. Designed by architect Robert Konieczny of architecture company KWK Promes, this undead-proof sanctuary took 3 years to build and was completed in 2008. The zombie bunker is armed to the teeth with security cameras and has some other ingenious security measures that are simple yet effective. The house and its grounds are guarded by that movable wall that provides a 2-stage entry barrier for anyone hoping to get access to the property. Once allowed past the initial wall, the movable fence creates a pre-entering area for visitors that blocks access to the open grounds, leaving the front door as the sole point of entry, where the residents can decide whether or not to let their guests inside. There's a secure indoor swimming pool accessible by working drawbridge in case you fancy a dip during the apocalypse, and a roll-down gate, which doubles as a cinema screen. I just hope residents use headphones. Zombies are attracted to noise, you know. KWK Promes also have plans to continue breaking barriers in the realm of guarded homes with a new project that's so secure you can't even see it. Dubbed the Hidden House, this ambitious concept project shows a home that's completely camouflaged by its hillside surroundings. A hidden driveway leads residents completely underground into the out-of-sight, out-of-mind home. You can't get much more secure than complete invisibility. Whoever becomes the owner of this buried bunker will have a fully private living experience, as part of the house will jut out, suspended over the hillside, providing beautiful panoramic views, but keeping prying outside eyes none the wiser. There will even be a concealed outdoor patio complete with a projecting cinema screen. While it's not a problem humanity has encountered just yet, I know who I'm calling if the undead decide to pay us a visit. Chateau Artisan. From a home that wants to stay out of sight to one so far in the spotlight that it's even been in a rap video. This is the Chateau Artisan, an 8-bedroom, 10-bathroom mansion located in the Redlands area of Florida. With 19,222 square feet of living space, this Gothic-style chateau resides on 19 acres of land and has some seriously lavish features. A palatial paradise fit for a king, the grounds feature a koi pond, manicured shrubbery, and a swimming pool with a fountain in the middle. As well as its satisfyingly symmetrical design and luxurious comforts, Chateau Artisan has some pretty impressive security features that keeps everything afloat. The windows are clad with impact glass for hurricane season, and a full house generator is on standby to provide power in the event of an emergency. Wrought iron gateways guard the points of entry, and upon arrival, guests are required to check in at a gatehouse at the front of the property. There's just one narrow road leading in and out of the home that's lined with regular and infrared cameras, so the owner can see exactly who's coming and going. Designed by and for renowned Miami architect Charles Seeger in 2007, this freakishly symmetrical property's unique selling point is most definitely its enormous 5-acre landlocked moat. This house is like living on a desert island, only with all the amenities you could possibly want. While Chateau Artisan's moat was included just for decoration, all it would take is to install a working drawbridge and maybe a couple of tower-mounted machine guns to transform this castle into an impenetrable fortress. The perfect fairy tale ending for any apocalypse. Don't panic. While things like barbed wire and tall walls are sure to deter any would-be intruders, sometimes it's the things you can't see that are most effective at keeping a house safe. Turns out you don't need to build an entire fortress to be safe, and there are features that can be added to just about any home to upgrade its defenses. Any intruder that manages to make their way into this home, shared anonymously online, would walk straight past, even up these stairs, without a second glance. But mundane parts of the home like this are perfect for harboring secret escape routes, and these ordinary-looking stairs in particular actually feature a fully motorized trap door that leads down into a secret hidey hole in which residents can take refuge. Stepping it up from that secret stairway, this ornate bookcase looks as though it's been standing there for 100 years, and with all those books and old-fashioned ornaments, seems like the last place you'd expect sophisticated modern technology. Turns out the towering bookcase is anything but a relic from the past, and actually conceals a heavy-duty security door that houses a covert storage unit. This homeowner seems to have stocked their secret safe room with quite the collection of firearms too. So, wannabe burglars? Don't even try it. As if secret doors hidden behind furniture aren't cool enough, there's even a company out there that creates bespoke panic rooms. This bank vault panic room design not only has a 12-inch thick steel door, but behind it is a super lavish modern haven that anyone would be more than happy to hide from intruders in. Designed by high-tech safe manufacturer Brown Safe, the Monument Vault door is just about as secure as you can get. Not only is it bulletproof, but it also has a hardened steel locking bolt system, as well as the option to initiate a 144-hour time lock, which prevents the opening of the vault until it reaches a preset time, even if the combination is known. Perfect if your home invader happens to find the safe code you left scribbled on a sticky note on your desk. If that's not enough, there's also a military-grade fingerprint entry system, complete with a curved sofa that rotates around the room to view an epic 84-inch flat-screen TV. You can kick back and binge-watch your favorite series to take your mind off the fact that your home's been invaded. Better than hiding under your bed, I guess. Which of these guarded homes would you feel the safest in? What other crazy security measures would you install? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.